Welcome back again. So I've just been going through my notes and with Saturn, and from the last one that I just did on the Saturn about being time. So we saw that the radius at 60 gave us the circumference of 378. I think it's 377 point. It's very close to this, but I think it's 60.16 gives us exactly this. But anyway, it's the ancients, would have just noticed it was 60, and we know how it goes into time. So then also with Saturn, instead of we just take the 60 and we'll times it by the synodic period, and we get this number. With the fretboard stuff that I've shown, 24th fret is at 157.5 millimeters, and that's the 24th fret. And we realised 24 times 157.5 was 378. So on the guitar, it's the last fret too on the 24th, and it dives into the sound hole, like the underworld. So Saturn is at the boundary, and he's at the he's the boundary marker on the fretboard. And so his millimeters there. Again, we have to remember always with this is kind of a new discovery thing. 630 millimeters was key for the string length, and dividing it by the 12th root of 2, like the 12 chromatic notes of the scale. And we've got 24 frets, so we can play 2 octaves. So anyway, what we do here is we just divide. We've got the synodic times the 60. We got it from the radius to get the 378 circumference, and we basically divide it. You can see divide by the millimeters of where Saturn sits on the fretboard, and we get 144. We know about the pyramid's got 144,000 casing stones and all this 144. The synodic period of Saturn divided by 6. Right, let's just drop the 0. And we get the 6.3, we get the string length. Then we divide by 6.3, obviously we get 360. So we can just see how it's like an Ouroboros type of a thing where it's eating its own tail. It's always self-referencing and very clean and tidy. And so then I was just having fun mucking around. So I do divide by 24, and we get basically the ratio. Again, it's Venus. It's got a 5 this time instead of 4, but it's extremely close. The Luthier video I saw with the fretboard stuff, one of them I saw was they rounded it up to a 5 there. And there's one actually, a Luthier video that shows the differences between very small fractions here on the fretboard and the intonation stuff. So, but anyway, divided by 24 we get this, and then we know that 24 squared is 576, which is D, in that D column stuff. And 576 by 576 from the King's Chamber to the equator. That's from Howard Crowhurst. So that's the note of D. And also 576 times the golden angle gives us the mean equatorial diameter. So I just wanted to show those things. But Saturn being time, there's more to come. I've got lots of notes. So see you soon. So to continue on with this Saturn time, we got the Saturn Moon matrix. We know that they've got this connection. So we know it's 2,160 miles is the equatorial diameter of the Moon. So the 15th fret on this is all tying into, everything ties together. So the 15th fret is 264.9 millimeters from the bridge and 365.1 millimeters from the nut coming down. So it's the 15th fret, but the equatorial diameter of Earth divided by 15 is 528. And yet the millimeters on our fretboard, where we want to have the 15th fret, is 264.9. Now that's half, that's like the octave in notes. 264 is the octave of 528. So, equatorial diameter divided by 15, we get 528. Now the 15th fret is the octave of, so you can see how beautiful this works. But the other thing is the 365, obviously that's in, it's our Earth here. So that's right, so that's the millimeters width of the 15th fret, 15.7 millimeters wide, the width. So we divide it by, the Moon divided by that, and we get 137.5, which is the golden angle. So the golden angle is, as we know in nature, it's the way that flowers and even the leaves spread out. It's lots of things in nature. The physicists say it's the number they're scared of. Without it, nothing exists, apparently. So just one last thing as well. The 12,756 kilometres divided by that 15th fret. What was it from the bridge? I think 264.9, and we get the height of the Great Pyramid. I mean, that's one of the ones I just really, some of these things are just unbelievable. But 12,756 kilometres divided by that 15th fret position equals the height of the Great Pyramid, 481.5. Last one. Plants and everything, as we know, 137.5 degree angle. And when we take the radius at 137.5, we get the circumference of 864,000. So this is obviously seconds in a day and miles of the sun. So this is the sun, and that is the radius. Well, so the equatorial diameter of the sun. So what we've done is we've taken that line of the equatorial diameter of the sun, we've turned it into a circle, and we've realised that the radius is the golden angle. So yeah, isn't that insanely curious that the sun is 864,000 miles, and everything that grows under the sun is growing at this degrees of angle. So I mean, is the sun actually this size, or are they trying to give us a few hints about how they derived these things? Either way, that's amazing.